Okay, so here is a review video for 1.4, alright, section 1.4. Um, this is for perimeter and area in a coordinate plane. So I'm only going to do one of the shapes. I'm only going to do, let's just say, triangles, right? But then the rest of it, you should also know how to do based on these definitions, right? So let's go over this real quick. Perimeter. Remember, perimeter is just adding up all of the sides. So if we have this side, this side, this side, perimeter, you just add them all up. A plus B plus C, right? The triangle area is going to be a little bit different. The triangle area is a little different, right? You need to follow these marks. So, the area formula is down here, right? Sometimes the base is at the bottom. Sometimes your triangle is going to look like this, right? Your triangle is going to look like this. And there's no real bottom side. Okay, so you have to kind of imagine like this is the bottom of the triangle, right? You have to imagine that this is the bottom of the triangle and then this is the height of the triangle. Okay, so sometimes you have to kind of flip the triangles around. For a square, same thing. This side plus this side plus this side plus this side is your perimeter. Right? You're just adding up all the sides. And then for the area, you're just multiplying two of the sides. But you know that in a square, all of the sides are the same, so you just have to multiply two of the numbers together. Okay? And then rectangle is the same thing. Add up all the sides for perimeter, but for area, you just want to multiply the length and the width. Length times width. That's it. Okay? So let's follow this. Let's try this example problem. Example 1. Find the perimeter of this triangle ABC with the points A, -2 and 3, B, 3 and -3, and C, -2 and -3. Round to the nearest hundreds. So let's plot the points first. This is your first point is X, second point is Y. So -2 on the X, 3 on the Y, that's going to be up here. So this is your A. 3 on the X, -3 on the Y, that is your point here, so that is B. And then C is going to be -2 on the X and -3 on the Y. So this is your point C. If you connect your dots, you should get a triangle formation, right? You should get this triangle formation. Okay. And then now, again, perimeter is this side plus this side plus this side, right? So we're going to add up all the sides. But before we do that, we need to make sure we solve for the length of each side. So let me break down the steps for you. Step 1. Plot and label your points. Okay? Plot and label your points. Step 2 is to find the length of each side. Okay, so let's do that. Let's start with A and C, all right? A through C, right here. A through C. For sides that are just straight up and down, like straight vertical, you don't even have to do anything fancy. You could just count the lines, count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we know that AC is going to be 6. Same thing for CB, right? It's just a straight horizontal line, straight left and right. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is 5, right? But for this last side here, the diagonal, we cannot just count the boxes. It's cutting through diagonally. It's not even, right? So we can't just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. You have to actually solve this one. You have to solve this one. So we want to figure out the length of AB, right? We know A is at -2 and 3, and we know B is at 3 and -3. So in order to find the length of this side, we're going to use the distance formula, right? Let's say A is your first point, x1, y1, B is your second point, x2, y2, and let's plug it into our formula. The formula looked like this, right? x2 is 3, so I'm going to plug in 3, minus x1 is negative 2, 3 minus negative 2 squared, y2 is negative 3, minus y1 is just regular 3. Okay? Again here, negative and a negative make a positive, so that turns into 3 plus 2, that's going to be 5 squared. Negative 3 minus 3, that's negative 6 squared. 5 squared, that is 25. Negative 6 squared is negative 6 times negative 6. So that's going to be positive 36. 25 plus 36, that is 61. Square root of 61. Alright? And your last step here, the question said round to the nearest hundredths place, right? So if you put square root of 61 in your calculator, you're going to get 7.81024967591. Okay? The hundredths place is always that second number after the decimal. The number next to it is 0, so we're going to stay at 7.81. So we did all that to solve for the measure of this side right here, 7.81. All you got to do for a perimeter is just add up all those sides. So the perimeter is equal to 6 plus 5 plus 7.81. That's going to be 18.81.